you doing? Hello there, Grandma. Yes, you. Welcome back to Gram, where we get reset and align mindsets. And if you are a newbie, we appreciate that you're here. Get ready to glam up your mind with Gram, and make sure to subscribe and go back to the previous videos if you've not watched them. Let's hear your point of view in the comments, and like and share as well. So as we dive into today's topic, you know the last time I told you it's going to be an interesting one. Procrastination. Yeah, so the long-awaited procrastination is here. I have literally been procrastinating recording this video, but I'm here now. I'm not a procrastinator though. So guys, you should know, by the way, everyone procrastinates. We all put off things like assignments, tasks, paying bills, and as much as everyone procrastinates, we put off things. Not everyone is a procrastinator. Now, procrastination is not necessarily a bad thing. It's a bad habit. It's important to take a break and come back to the work and whatnot. But then if you find yourself constantly pushing off things, and especially if it's something you are really interested in, something you really love doing, and you make it a habit, now it is chronic procrastination. It's not like the normal thing you do, and it's mostly when there's an underlying issue that needs to be resolved. But before we get there, procrastination, if I could define it simply, I would say it's a form of delay, right? Because there is no definite answer to what procrastination is, because a lot of things causes procrastination. But then we see that procrastination plus stress. Have you watched the video on stress? You might want to watch that, so you will go back if you have not watched it and watch it. Leave a comment, let me know what you think about it, and then come back to this video and now relate to what we're about to talk about on procrastination. So back to procrastination. So procrastination actually plus stress leads to a leads to a poor mental health. So unless and procrastination leads to stress. The moment you keep on pushing off stuff, they keep on piling, and now you don't know what to handle, and you start reacting to them differently. And it positively relates to psychological distress and psychological pain. And this is now what we term as chronic procrastination. So procrastination can be a state, a trait, and a coping strategy. Now, mostly a coping strategy for us. You know why? For example, binge watching, overeating, let me be clear on that, and all sorts of compromise where you have to do something instead of actually doing the type of task you are doing. That is maybe making you feel uncomfortable, the form of discomfort, or maybe anguish and frustration, and maybe some unpleasant feelings that come with it. And as we say, procrastination can be caused by a lot of things. And maybe one of them, maybe if we look at now, poor time management. Before I talk about poor time management, as my example, for example, you have to sit down and identify what is actually making you to not sit down with that task and actually do it. Is it that you're not quite organized with your time? Is it that you are quite uncomfortable with or you feel incompetent or fear of failure or any of that? We will get deep into that as we go on. But now, for example, poor time management. in the case of chronic procrastination, there is more to it than just poor time management. Like, what is causing you to not manage your time well? There could be an underlying unresolved issue. It could be emotional, it could be mental, it could be financial sometimes, right? Because finances are important, guys. Send me your budget apps. I need to start. Yeah, so most of the things we do, like now, the avoidance strategy, the coping strategy, these are the things that create this psychological pain. So identify the root cause of these avoidance strategies, the coping strategies now. These compromises that you are making that are leading you not to dive into your task well. Identify. Identify, guys. This weather in Kigali is very bipolar. It was just sunny the minute before, and now it's raining cats and dogs. Sorry. Now we were identifying the root causes. Yeah. Okay. Are you having enough breaks? Are you incorporating things that you actually love doing in these tasks? I mean, you cannot stay and work continuously without a break. You'll burn out. You cannot stay and kwanza, there is a day I'm interning with the wellness center in our school. Honestly, I don't know if I can do an 8 to 5 job that demands you to sit in the office just there, because I have a shift on Tuesday in the afternoon from like 2 to 4. How many hours are those? I sat down for an hour. I could not sit for the next hour without a break. I had to go out and get some fresh air. And mark you, I was not even doing a lot of things. Actually, I was doing nothing apart from I was actually doing my assignment in that place. I was doing my assignment, and unless a student comes and wants to see our counselor or wants to inquire about things, simple things, but it was just so uncomfortable for me, and I could not stand it. So are you having breaks in between? Are you incorporating things that, if you're in a setting that allows you to, it's a good thing to incorporate. Now, we have said that poor time management could be as a result of an underlying issue, but maybe before even we get to the underlying issue, yeah, poor time management, there's this rule called 888. A wise uncle once told me. My uncle is wise. He's called Paul. Yeah, I didn't know about it, and when I knew about it and started looking at it, I have not 100% implemented it in my day-to-day activities or daily tasks, but it has helped me sort of look at how I am fitting in different activities for different times. The 888 it's when you say 8 plus 8 plus 8, that's 24 hours, that's basically a day. So 8, the first 8 hours for work, the other 8 hours for you as a person, and the other 8 hours for sleep and rest. Guys, this is very serious. You know, someone said, you cannot be sleeping for 8 hours and you've not made it in life. Who, me? I need to rest, you guys. I'm not saying you should sleep the whole time. You have a lot of things you can do when you're resting, right? You can sleep, you can go out for a walk, you can even just lay on your bed or have some time to just sit and reflect on a lot of things that are maybe in your life, and maybe now the underlying issue behind now, for example, poor time management, which we are talking about now. So these 8 hours of rest, incorporate sleep. Sleep is important because you cannot overwork your brain. You'll burn out. You won't even be able to think straight. You'll have to definitely rest and make sure it regenerates the energy to continue. 8 hours for you. Do you have hobbies? If this is a time you can integrate your hobbies and learn a new skill, maybe do a lot of things that for your personal development as a person. 8 hours for work, definitely work or studies or peer assignments. Guys, studying is hard, lakini we don't have a choice. So we're gonna study, we're gonna pass and make our parents proud. But it's hard, tough. Yeah, so can you just try put your 888, implement the 888 for the 24 hours in your day. Like for example, I have class for 3 hours. That's on the work side. I have class for 3 hours, and then I have time to maybe delegate to assignments and whatnot. I give that 2 hours, then have a break, because my brain cannot concentrate for more than 2 hours. I have to get a break in between that, and then after that break I'll have another 2 or 1 hour. I think it's 1.5. So this is what I do. I have class from 8 to 11:15. Actually, they give us a 15 minutes break. See our school. And then you are saying you want to work without a break. They also understand. That is why we have the wellness center to take care of your health and your well-being. Anyway, so class, and then after class normally I take a break for like 2 hours. So I resume. Actually, I don't resume. I take a break, and then after the break I focus on gram work. Now like maybe recording this video, doing some research and trying to find out ways how to make this better, because I feel like after class my brain is worked up and it needs something to tone down, and then after that I now go back to studying. After studying after studying I'll have a break for like an hour, and then cook foods, eat, and then decide what to do. Now after that I'll either, because I go to bed early and wake up late, I'm a morning person, so when I wake up in the morning, do my devotion. That's still a break. That's something I do for me now, for my personal development, for like 2 hours or 3. Yes, and then after that I study. Okay, this is now when, not study actually, maybe learn something that learn a new skill, for example, and I don't know, dive into it's different things I do at that time in the morning. Then after that is now when I freshen up and now start class. So it's usually like 6 hours of rest and 7 hours of studying. Now that is work and study as well. 7 hours, and yeah, I sleep for like I sleep for like 6 hours. 6 or 5. Yes, 6 or 5. Yeah. So I feel like I incorporate my day quite well with this 888. Although it's not 100%, but I try. So you can try that, okay? And when you're organizing that, make sure to understand your energy levels. Don't put studying or put work if you are in a flexible space, I understand there are people who will have to report to the office from 8 to 5. I'm so sorry. It's a lot of work. It is. And I understand. But then after this time, you can go back home and tone down with exciting things like your hobbies and your interests. Is it reading books? Is it listening to podcasts? Playing a piano? Playing a guitar? I really want to learn how to play a guitar, guys. So send recommendations, let's partner up. Yeah. And then try to find something that will match up with your energy levels, so that, because for me during the day, because after class and I tone down with the gram work, I love everything about gram, because definitely by now you understand I am very passionate about mental health. So this is something that excites me and everything nice, vibes and inshallah. Yeah. And maybe on weekends, now because I don't have class, try a new activity, maybe hike, try a new restaurant, maybe even just have a lazy day. It's important to have lazy days. It is. Once in a while, not every day. Yeah, so the 888 and understanding your energy levels. This will help you in delegating your tasks for the day, because you get you're procrastinating something because now I didn't have enough rest, I didn't have a break, or maybe you are not aware of what you feel or what you want to do, because you didn't have time for yourself. You only have time for work all the time. It does not have to be like that. Okay, so now as we continue now with the identifying the root cause of this avoidance strategy, the coping strategy, you have to address irrational beliefs, because these things actually or highly affect how we work, affect how we deal with procrastination. Most of the times when we have a task, like I remember last term, guys, I am so new to technology, not so new. By the time I was starting my course, I had not done anything about programming or something, so it was all new to me. Data structures and everything, all those things. So I was learning. I am a beginner, like legit. I was a beginner. So Python was something I could not understand so well, and our learning model is still online. Yes, so I used to feel like this facilitator is actually not doing the most, and I am just a beginner and I don't understand what you're doing. And I used to feel like she's just moving with the pace, intermediate people or people who have advanced learning on the same field. So I used to hear there is a programming assignment. I think of the worst. I think of how I've already even failed that assignment before I start doing, because I don't understand I don't understand how to do some functions or all those things. So I used to offolize. Yes, offolize. I used to offolize the assignment. Like, guys, I can't do this because I'm afraid I will fail. And so because before I could dive in this task, this programming assignment, I was having a very low tolerance, low frustration tolerance, because it was just too much. But then I realized it's just because I have not even, and do you know, actually the module I was not supposed to fail the most is the one I failed the most, and I really passed programming, and I was like, really? You know those moments? Yeah. Then I realized actually it's because I am seeing it as a very big thing, not breaking it down, and not being able to see to it that it's actually something very easy to do. It's just that I'm looking at its demands as if it's a giant, an elephant that I cannot chop into pieces and eat. I'm not saying you literally eat elephants, but yeah. So address the irrational beliefs. Is it what are the demands of this task? What are the demands of this task? Are you looking at this task as one thing that you cannot even do? You're awfulizing it. You are seeing it as something that cannot be done. You're already self-downing yourself and seeing that you are incompetent for this task. You are already, by having looking at the demands and awfulizing the task, you even have low frustration tolerance, because now you are self-downing yourself and seeing that you cannot do the whole thing. So try as much to break the task into simple tasks. That is why, even as you begin your day, try and look at the different things you're supposed to do, incorporate the energy levels thingy, and then do the 888. Try incorporate the 888. It would help at some point. Yeah, I'm getting better in procrastination. I am. I was so bad at that. Yeah, it was hectic. Also, the one last thing we are going to handle is learn how to tolerate discomfort. You know why? Some of these tasks require us to get out of our comfort zone, and we are too comfortable, very comfortable. We cannot think of getting out of our own way and doing things that require us to go out of our way. It's stressing. Now, for example, and we have to handle friendships, by the way. This one is a sensitive topic. It affects how we think of relationships, and by thinking it affects how we feel about relationships, and by feeling it affects how we actually react towards relationships. Generally relationships, okay? Now, for example, you have to maybe have a conversation with your friend, and maybe it's something you feel is not sitting right with you. These are things we call difficult conversations. I was reading somewhere, and it's actually a sense that something is going to cause you discomfort, you push it away. You push it the farthest, because we are normalizing being comfortable, and at some point it's healthy, but if you are too comfortable, you become anemic in your tasks, in doing any other thing, and that is also another thing that leads to procrastination, pushing away things. So that has been it. Just remember that before anything, identify the root cause to your coping strategy, because procrastination is a form of delay, which is in turn a coping strategy to the form of delay. Now, identify the root cause of that strategy, that coping strategy, and then address the irrational beliefs. Look at the demands, look at the frustration tolerance, look at the self-esteem, if you're self-downing yourself and whatnot. Look at how you are looking into this task. Are you awfulizing it and saying that I won't be able, you cannot be me? Yeah, and learn to tolerate discomfort. It's important. Now, that has been it from Gram. I hope you learned, and I hope you enjoyed, and I hope you had fun as well learning about procrastination. We are going to release the next video next week. Yeah, next week. So share, subscribe. I'll see you in the next video. Have a nice time. Ciao.